MIA for a while.
Yeah, we have. We have been busy. We're busy girls. I mean, actually, we are.
We are very busy. And we had family come in, so we took like a month off to do family stuff. Because, I mean, we always talk about family first and kids first.
It's funny, though. I am going to put this out there. That our family and friends visit us a lot more out here on the East Coast than they did before.
When we lived in North Dakota.
We lived in the Arctic tundra.
Not many people came and visit us.
No, they didn't. But isn't it funny? We live out here and... Just saying. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Maybe if we ever move, we should move somewhere that's a little more desolate and let's see what happens.
We'll be like, come visit us. And now they'll have to come visit us because they've already, like, set expectations.
Or they'll be, like, really busy. Something came up the entire time. Oh, my gosh.
No, it's good. We like it when family comes and visits. But
it is nice.
Definitely has made us fall behind on the Teen Mom front.
Not our Teen Mom business, but
yeah, actually though, I texted Lindsay and I was like, I feel like I haven't talked to you in a long time, like actually talked, because we'll be on vacation and we'll be like, oh, we have to do this for Teen Mom, blah, 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 but then like that's it, and we don't have like an actual conversation that has nothing to do with Teen Mom, so we kind of had to do that the other day, remember?
We had to like force ourselves to talk about
we're like, okay, so what else is like going on in our lives? Yeah, like let's actually have a conversation.
Do we have a forced relationship just because of our business?
No, we used to have like normal conversations all the time, but now I feel like it just like revolves.
We're like an old
Teen
married
Mom.
couple. We don't know what to talk about except for work and our kids.
Oh my gosh. What if we went to like dinner one time, we couldn't talk about Teen Mom? We could do it. No, we could totally do it.
Other people instead.
We would totally talk about other people. You bet. We could just go to Walmart and like sit on that little bench in the front. Well, actually, I don't want to sit there. I'm not going to lie. I feel like that's like just covered in diseases.
You've just got diseases.
Yeah, don't sit on the Walmart bench. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm totally like that person right now. But, nope, I'm not sitting. Just like I don't want to use the restrooms in Walmart ever.
I don't care. I'll use bathrooms. I do not care.
I hate public restrooms. I hate them. Do. Any public restroom. I will hold it to the bitter end.
My mom freaks out about using public bathrooms. Her reasons are totally different than yours, though. Her reasons are kind of funny.
Wait, like what else? What other reasons are there to not use it besides of like germs?
She doesn't want to hear other people using the bathroom.
Oh my gosh! I don't want other people to hear me.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, I gotta go. So self-conscious.
With our crazy stomach issues, like I gotta go when I can go.
Listen, this is me when I go to the bathroom. I literally turn on the fan, right? And then I turn the water on like full blast. I know that people can still hear me, but like it makes me feel better about myself.
Thinking you're washing your laundry in the bathroom.
Like, what is Jessie doing? Why is it like she's washing her hands for a long time?
Not me. I don't care.
Was this TMI?
You need to like embrace the body functions.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I can't. I don't even want to like. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
All right. Anyways, well, yeah, we took some time off just because we've been really busy with Teen Mom, with interviews, podcasts, other things that we can't really talk about yet. But we've been really busy, and I guess with that said, we just never expected Teen Mom to like get where we are.
No, we never thought it would be like this crazy. I think we just thought, oh, we'll share a story. Hopefully, we'll help someone.
A few people, maybe one person. We even said if we could help one person, that's all that we care about.
Yeah, we just never expected it.
The messages we get, and like people asking us questions and interviews. Advice. Yeah, it's so much fun because I mean, we were talking about sharing our journey.
Yeah, I never thought about it as like, oh, we have such good insight. I just thought, oh, our story is so interesting. Like, maybe someone will think it's interesting, too. And
but it is crazy. Like, I mean, we give good insight. Just because we've lived it. You know, you can always say, oh, I know what you're going through. But if you haven't lived it,
and I feel like you can have so many degrees and you can have, you know, so much insight on like, the mind and like human behaviors and stuff. But until you've actually lived through a situation,
it's so different.
You really don't get it. You don't have that like empathy.
Yeah, for real. And so that's why we're going to share a little bit more about our lives.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, in the beginning, Jessie and I wanted to share our journey. In fact, it was going to be just about us. And
just us.
Not really involving, I mean, yes, our husbands in it, but they too have kind of gotten more involved in things.
Yes.
But there's more about my life that I haven't shared, and not because I didn't want to, but because it was mine and Jessie's journey that we were on. But Jessie and I have talked, and we've decided that
I think it's time to share.
I want to share a little bit more about myself, because we did this because we want to be relatable to people more than anything. So I actually have a soon-to-be 14-year-old daughter as well.
Look at her. She has a 14.
I have a friend. Oh my gosh, that's gonna make me cry.
Kind of cute.
I signed her up for all these like makeup glam bags, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just can't handle it. And she just went to like a formal the other night, like it was a few weeks ago, and oh my gosh, you guys, I like boo-hooed.
She's a gorgeous girl.
She is. She's so pretty, and she actually lives with her father and her amazing stepmother in Tennessee. Anastase is my daughter. She's the one that's going to be 14. Her father and I split when she was turning 3. I was so young, you guys. Like, I was young. I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. We lived really far from my family. And Anastase ended up going with her dad. And her dad actually ended up moving to Tennessee with her. And hindsight being 20/20, I should have probably done something about it. But I was so young, scared, immature. I will admit that. I had like a crazy life. It's almost like when I rebelled the most in my life. Because I was raised in a really strict religious home. I'm very happy I was raised the way I was. You know, put some really good morals.
No, but I think we all go through those moments where we kind of like push against that.
And I totally did. And then when I finally realized, oh my gosh, you need to get your life right. My sister-in-law says all the time, it's like her favorite sign, get your life right. I
want to make a sign of that.
It was a few years in, and I was always like part of her life. But at that point, it was like, well, I don't want to take her from what she knows.
She's already known, yeah.
And yes, she knew me as her mother. I was still her mother. But she had been with her father. And even at that point in my life, I was thinking of my child first. Yes, would I have wanted her with me all the time? Do I still want her with me all the time? Absolutely, especially, now in my life. But then it was just it was hard for me to wrap my head around because so much was happening. And then when I finally did get it together and was smart about things, I thought, I don't want to rip her from what she knows. So all I could do was be involved.
And I think I've seen that too. Even when I first met you, years ago, I always knew that you had a daughter. Like, you never tried to hide that.
Right.
And I think that there's this stigma around divorce and co-parenting.
Oh, and especially if the mom doesn't have the child. It's so...
Something is so terrible.
Nope, I didn't do drugs. I was not allowed to not have my child or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just when it finally came down to it, I did not want to take her from what she knew and developed in her life.
Yeah, I think that's such a noble thing, honestly, in the big picture of it. And she's a amazing girl.
Oh, she's a great kid.
Her dad and stepmom are doing an amazing job at raising her, and I think that says a lot about you too, and that has helped in our relationship because you've been able to release some of the reins even when it comes to your son.
Yeah.
I see that with me. You're okay, yeah, you can co-parent, and it's kind of taught me too. Okay, it's okay to let stepmom have have a little bit of that control.
Yeah, I mean, it can be really hard, but when you've experienced it and you know it, and especially if you know your child is being loved, because man, my daughter is loved. And we are so blessed because Anastase actually does quite a bit with us now. Yeah. We live kind of far away, but, she flies up and sees us, spends weeks with us. We went and spent spring break with her. She spent Christmas with us. She spent part of summer with us.
I also want to say, though, you're being so, strong right now.
Yes.
I'm probably going to make her cry.
Why would you do that?
I have seen Lindsay break down.
Yeah. It's hard.
And have those mom moments where she wants to be with her all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Where it's very difficult, as I think, too, as she's gotten older and you two have gotten closer. Because I think I don't know, maybe it's a mom thing.
Yeah.
But with girls especially... you just get so close to your daughters, and as they start to develop into their womanhood and stuff.
It is really hard.
I've watched that. I know that it's hard for you.
Like I said, she just had a formal.
Yeah, you want to be there. You want to be the person getting her ready. You want to be the person that's, sharing in those moments. That's hard.
It is very hard, but I also had to understand that in the beginning, it's the path I chose.
You've owned it,
and it's something that I have to, I don't want to say live with now, because I do have a great relationship with her.
Yeah, she does.
And I do have a co-parenting relationship with her dad and stepmom. We discuss things and talk. I mean, obviously, we fly her up and we do things with her. We couldn't do that without talking with them.
Yeah.
But Anastasy's also almost 14, so I communicate more directly with her because she's had a cell phone for a while. But it's still important to talk to your other co-parent about things. I mean, even when I bought her that glam bag monthly thing, I let them know. Because I don't want them to be like, hey, where's this from? Because, what if they weren't okay with her wearing the kind of makeup that I sent? They need to know what's going on at all times, even if they do have her.
Exactly. Yes.
But yes, it is very hard. Do I wish she was with me all the time? Oh, man.
Do I wish my kids were with me all the time?
All the time.
Well, not all the time. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do. Like, that's the whole part of co-parenting. And that's kind of why we wanted to share that today. Because on the flip side of that, I actually have a stepson. That's not Cohen. Obviously, I have 2 stepsons. But Brandon has a son that lives in another state with his mom. And we co-parent, and we, have to... have that relationship too. And we haven't, openly talked about it on here just because we've had respect for those other parents who aren't teen mom.
Right, because what Jesse and I have, obviously, we've even said it in the past, you don't have to have this relationship to co-parent successfully.
To have a co-parenting relationship. Yeah, we have co-parenting relationships that are successful with other parents, not just her and I. And we thought that was really important to share. Like, that's the reason that we're sharing this, because we understand all of the co-parenting situations out there. Do we have a very unique situation? Absolutely.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, ours is crazy. Our story personally between the 2 of us is crazy. But our story with other mom, with other dad, in a whole other situation, family dynamic, we also get that. That's totally normal. Having to share holidays, summer breaks. We get it. We understand.
Being a parent from a distance.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. Being a parent from a distance.
And it's hard. I completely get it. But being in your child's life, whether it being talking to them through text every single day, or talking to them, or sending them little things.
It's important, yeah.
It's what matters. It's what matters to that kid, because co-parenting, parenting in general, it's all about the children.
Yeah, it is. That's we couldn't emphasize that enough when we talk about why we do what we do, and it's because of the kids.
For sure.
And I think that sometimes our egos and our pride and stuff get in the way of that. But, having this relationship with you, like I said, has really taught me to try to build even a better relationship with Brandon's son's mom.
Absolutely. And I even said that talking to Anastasy's dad and stepmom, that Team Mom has opened my eyes as a co-parent so much with my relationship with them, and that I want our relationship to grow even stronger, so it's as strong as it possibly can be for Anastasy as well. So I mean, Team Mom is not just about helping other people, it's helping us as well, and it's just
this kind of mind-blowing. This is like our personal therapy session.
For real.
Yeah.
It's when I get all my tears out.
Yeah. I know, I'm not a crier, but I'm crying on the inside like a winner. Yeah. That's me. But
you guys, we get all kinds of co-parenting situations.
We get it, yeah.
Not even our crazy, quirky one. We get all types of co-parenting.
And we hope that by sharing this part of our lives that you'll understand and reach out to us if you're struggling with something that you need help with. We hope that we can give a little insight on whatever it is that's happening in your lives.
For sure.
And, hopefully make it better. Sometimes to have a different view on things, like another perspective, is really helpful because you're in it. You're in your story. So I find it helpful, when Lindsay talks to me about, how to handle my other co-parent situation, which is awesome, by the way, but how to deal with that, or she can give insight for me on an outside view. And same vice versa, when she's dealing with Anastasy, I can be okay, I think you could maybe do this, or
it's easy to get advice all day.
Yeah, exactly. You're we're living it.
Take my own advice.
I feel like we have to do that sometimes too.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway.